So I was thinking about this morning, Des.
What were you thinking about?
When I was getting the podcast studio set up.
Okay.
I was like, man, like, I gotta get ready. And then I just, like, changed my shirt and, like, looked at my hair. And I was gonna be like, I commend you because you, like, really spend time and, like, get yourself all, like, done up. And then I knew that when I said that, you were immediately gonna go, oh, so it takes 8 hours in an army to make me look good?
What is your point?
My point is, like, you put care into how you look. And I was just like, let me change my shirt. But then I was worried that if I said that, then you'd be like, wow. Because what I was going to say is, like, you really take a lot of time to get ready. And then I was scared that you were going to be like, oh, it takes so much time.
Yeah, so now I'm high maintenance?
No. I thought you were going to be like, oh, you think I'm ugly?
You think I'm ugly?
I don't.
Because I have to get ready, and I'm barely even ready.
And your spray tan looks really good.
Dude, I'm not ghostly white now, everyone. Oh, she's back. We have color.
I got back from a run, and when I got back from a run, Des had gotten back from the spray tan, and I was like, Des, your spray tan looks good. And she immediately goes, oh, so you're saying I was so white and ugly before? And I was like, I don't know what to say that will be the right answer. And she goes, don't worry, there isn't one.
My favorite bit to do with Drew is if he, like, genuinely compliments, like, after I get a haircut or anything, that he's very observant with these things. I love just making him feel bad. And that's just the duality of man, you know? Is making your best friend feel like shit when they compliment you.
Man.
That's what I think it is.
People don't get how, like, worldly and educated you are. Whether it's Troy Achilles,
yes,
the duality of man.
God reaching out for Adam in that painting. I feel like that is the duality of man. You know, the finger? Oh, don't touch me. Drew, holy cow, dude. This is the end of the NFL season. We're officially recording at the end of the NFL season.
It's kind of sad.
How do you feel?
Good. I mean, I was looking at, like, some different stats and stuff to get ready for the pod, and I got onto ESPN, and then, like, you know, usually I would go to, like, click on the schedule, and then it would have all the games, and I could go over the stuff, and, like, the schedule's kind of not there anymore. It's so sad. I know.
It's like, what is there to do? What is the purpose of life anymore?
You can start getting more, like, artsy. You watched another artsy movie last night.
Dude, I literally was about to strangle Andrew Simon. And here's the duality of man, right? I told Drew he could pick the movie. And I agree. Listen, spoiler alert, I was an actor, am an actor. I don't think you ever lose acting. Duality of man. I have always been a thespian, and I grew up acting, and I also went to college for acting with Andrew Simon over here. We've talked about it already on this podcast, and I felt the same way as an actor, but I was a little bit more into watching the Oscar films, being like, ooh, this is so artsy. And so we watched, what the hell was the movie called?
If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Okay. The lead, Rose Byrne, who was in Bridesmaids. She was the put together one that she did an amazing job. Also did an amazing job in this movie.
And that's why we watched it. The main reason this film is up for nominations is I think not only, but it's, like, not nominated for Best Picture, not nominated for any of that stuff, but she's nominated for Best Actress in a Leading Role.
I mean, she did phenomenal.
And she did a great job, yeah.
And we talked last week about it. After it ended, I had to sit there for 30 minutes then Googling, what did this mean?
So what makes me sad about that, not for you, but for me, because I had to do the same thing, is, like, I'll watch those movies and then I'll be like, so am I just not smart? Like, am I an idiot? Because, like, do other people watch it and they're like, yes, I understand.
I think there's levels. Like, just like someone who could probably watch that and understand what themes they want the audience to receive from this movie is the same person that would watch a football game and have no idea. There's levels of intelligence, and no one should be smart in every single realm. And I don't want you feeling like that.
But as someone who also is a thespian, who also went to school for acting, who also has a double minor in English and film.
Yes, he does.
Like, there are times where those things happen, and like I think I had an idea of some of the themes.
You did.
Like,
you mentioned one. You're like, I think this is happening, and you were the closest. I literally was like, this is about to turn into a horror film. That's the only thought I had.
and there were moments that had horror vibes. Like,
Yeah.
like Des did a couple of these.
Well, it was just so grotesque. Like, it was just gross. Oh, it was when she was going into the apartment.
Yeah.
And it was creaky.
What was the grotesque? Oh, the spoiler alert.
Just the tube.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
tube.
That's not even a spoiler. Yeah.
The tube part was gnarly.
Yeah, disgusting.
But
go ahead.
Even that, like, I also wondered, like, there were times where I was like, is this all a dream? I know it's like a dumb thing, but like that tube was so long.
But if you read a little bit about it, which that might be a little spoil, if you read about it, there's a reason why.
It was so long?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I can't really talk about it.
Okay.
The theme of this movie was literally about motherhood.
Yeah.
And we mentioned like a couple of weeks ago, our friends were about to have a baby, and they did. Congrats.
Congrats, Ev Zaddy and Al Mommy are now officially Ev Zaddies and Al Mommies.
Don't watch this GD movie.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Because
They watched this movie like literal days after giving birth.
It is a note to motherhood. And when I was reading everything, there was like so many women that commented, and they're like, I felt this, I felt this to my soul, or this was more terrifying to me than any horror movie I've seen in recent, like, because they connected so much to it.
Well,
and I hate that.
And Des was watching it, and she was like, this makes me not want to ever have kids.
Yeah.
But then you raised another interesting point. You're like, can you think of any happy parents?
And that's more of a bit, but like, I would like in movies, you just always see these parents like exhausted, like, can you stop screaming, honey? Oh my God, remember when I used to go after my dreams and then I had my kids? That's always the storyline. It's never like, oh, I had these kids and look. Like, why is there never a happy parent storyline?
And I argued those aren't compelling movies. Like, no one like, it's the same thing where it's like, cool, like, you need conflict in a story. You need a journey in a story. And so you don't want a movie where it's like, oh, I bought dinner and there's enough money for food on the table. My husband loves me. The kids
see it.
The kids went to bed without any fuss.
I want to see it.
On vacation.
I want to see it. I want to see a great family dynamic on the screen. I want to escape. Like, we've already talked about this, and it was so funny. As soon as Rose Byrne says her final line, credits.
Mm-hmm.
Silence. Drew looks at me because he knew immediately what my thoughts were, and in my head, these were the thoughts. I freaking hated that. Did we just waste 2 hours on this? But I can't complain because I told Drew he could pick. So if I'm angry about him picking a movie, he'll never want to pick a movie again. So I have to just be nonchalant. But Drew's looking at me now, and he knows exactly what I'm thinking. That was everything that happened.
I'm reliving it now.
I know.
And there were even a couple moments like early on in the movie where you would say something, and then I was like, well, we can watch a different movie, or wait. And she's like, no, it's fine. I'm kidding. Which I know you were, and I'm glad we watched it regardless.
Yeah,
I liked it a little less. Or sorry, I think I liked it a little more than you did.
It was fine, but I mean, at the end of the day, I watch movies to escape. I don't want to feel. And it made me feel anxious. Fair. It made me feel not excited to be a mom. Like,
Speaking
things I don't want to.
Real quick, our producer, stop it. Hey.
Is he licking?
Going to town on his paw.
Oh, his paw. Thank God it was the paw.
What did you think he was licking?
Well, I can't say on air.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So,
and that took a whole... No.
You know what?
But like to tap... Like, you're going to start bleeding. Stop it.
Okay. Well, we need to get a paw solution.
I know. I have some, actually.
Okay,
I'll do it later.
That's great. On another note, the Olympics started. So I thought that's where you were going, but we went artsy route. But we started the Olympics on Friday. I watched the opening ceremony. talk about
thoughts?
artsy.
What are your thoughts?
It was like, this is Italy. And I was like, that's neat. But one thing that I was thinking about, so there are three locations where the Olympics are held right now in Italy.
Okay.
But they're hours apart. So wherever your sport is, that's where you walked in. So I believe like all the snowboarders, skiers and everything are in like one location. And I'm messing this up, I know. But another location is probably like, I don't know, species. I don't know where they all are, but there's 3 different locations. And I was thinking about it. I would be pissed if I wasn't in the main location walking into the arena.
The main thing?
The main arena. I trained for years and then I'm walking into, and you zoomed out because I think one was sort of in the Olympic Village and there were like a line of people like welcoming them. And it seemed like all the other athletes, like they would walk through and then come back. It was just like so not epic.
But I remember that was the whole reason, because Denver was going to have the Olympics and then they decided not to have them because they were worried that it was going to be too far away. Like you would have all of the like arenas stuff in Denver, but then you'd have all of the like skiing stuff all the way up in like Aspen or like Vail or whatever, which is like 2
Italy
or 3
said
hours away.
Watch, and
I know.
they're doing it.
No, it's just, that's interesting.
I didn't like it as I was putting myself in their shoes and I was like, I would be upset.
Which we also talked about last night watching the movie is empathy.
Okay, wait, hold the hell on. I know what empathy is, but
No.
we were talking about, you were like, well, why don't you, we were talking about why you didn't like the movie, and I was like, I'm just very empathetic. I see myself in these characters, and she is having a miserable life, and it makes me feel like I'm going to have a miserable life, and that's an awful way to think. I don't want it. I don't want it. Either way, go see the movie. You guys have your own opinion. If I had legs, I'd kick you. But the Olympics, and we were talking, you asked me what my favorite sport was.
You asked me what my favorite sport was first. It was a good question.
What'd you say?
Snowboarding.
Oh, snowboarding.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this. Drew shreds the gnar.
I do.
He shreds the gnarly gnar.
I do.
You do. He has mittens, and I guess that's a snowboarding thing. Because I was really upset about that in Denver because he only had mittens, not gloves.
IKYK, if you know, you know. Mittens are warmer and better, especially for snowboarding. Because you don't... Skiing, you got to have more dexterity with your fingers because you got the gloves and like the poles.
Dexterity, English minor.
Yeah. Just killed my momentum. just killed my momentum.
Okay, so you like snowboarding.
Yeah. And then I went specific. I think specifically IKYK, like the slope style events are my favorite.
Yeah, which are when you hit all the rails and things like that.
It's like a whole, and what I said is it's the most like accessible and like the most exciting because you got like jumps, rails, boxes, the whole 9 yards.
I would agree with that. And versus just the half pipe, or you go down and you just hit that one jump.
It's called big air, yeah.
Big air.
Yeah.
Big air. My favorite, curling.
And I asked Des, I said, is this, because I know Des well, and I was like, is that your genuine answer, or are you just saying that to be ironic? And you were like, ¿Por qué no los dos?
Let's do both. But it's fascinating how into it people get. I feel like curling is the pickleball of winter sports. And I love pickleball.
Ooh. But do you think in a couple years, like, curling will be as accessible?
No, I don't think it could. You need a big stone.
Yeah.
Where are you going to find a stone? Pickleball, just need a paddle. Don't look up a curling stone right now.
I'm trying to see how much you can buy it for.
Well, you need a curling stone, and you also need a curling broom that melts ice, I think is what we said. What?
Okay. A full set... Wait, one stone can cost around $600 with a full curling set of 16, often exceeding $9,600.
Pickleball paddle, $30.
Yeah, I know I bought you one for your birthday.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Well,
anyway,
on that note, the Olympics are happening. So not all sports, not all is lost. And it's not like there are no sports. There's literally hockey and basketball happening right now.
And spring training, about to gear up.
When?
Soon.
Okay. Anyways, so on that note, let's talk our last week of football.
I know.
Our last week. I guess we got to talk about the Dolphins.
We do.
We got to talk about each of our individual teams, and obviously we'll dive into the big game.
Yeah, and like there's not a lot of news anymore with our individual teams because nothing is happening. But I'm going to bring this up, and then Des is going to be like, yeah, no, duh, Drew, you idiot. But I still think, like I've said before, as it starts to come out officially, it's interesting. And Des shared this. Des broke the news to me because I saw it on our own Sportsball story, but it was during Super Bowl Sunday and I was doing other things, shopping and stuff. So I saw it. But Dez's posting of the story on Sportsball broke the news that NFL.com has officially announced the Dolphins are expected to part ways with Tua. And again, Dez would say, yeah, no duh. But I think it is interesting to finally see official reports of that coming out.
Yeah.
So that is what's happening. Everyone, including myself, has said stuff about Malik Willis, the Green Bay Packers backup quarterback. But I've also seen reports that they think, because he's a free agent, you're gonna have to pay him. And so I saw a report that was like, well, he's probably going to expect to want this much money, and the Dolphins can't afford that because of all the cap space. So it looks like we won't even get him anyway. So Quinn Ewers 2026, baby. Other than that, other really, really, really tough news to hear. Unfortunately, Nathaniel Hackett chose to step away and move away from the Dolphins as a pass game coordinator.
Not Hackett.
Or no, quarterback's coach. One of the two.
Quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
Where is he going?
He's going to go to the Cardinals to be a big ol' OC. Big boy
I get
job.
that. That's a big boy job for Hackett.
And I thought this, and did you know that a coach can, legally and rules-wise, take a job, agree to the job, sign the contract, the team can post the welcome thing on Instagram, all that stuff. And if you are offered a higher position job on a different team, then you can break that contract and go take that job.
What's the point of contracts, What is the point of a contract?
That's a good question. Speaking of contracts, Adam Gase, who I said, Des, you want to talk about the Adam Gase thing? And she said, who the hell is that?
Yep. Who?
Adam Gase, who was the Dolphins head coach and then the Jets head coach and then got fired in 2020 and hasn't been in the league since, is now taking a job as the assistant coach who is going to be overseeing the passing game, which is what they said. So it's not the pass game coordinator.
He's the assistant to the pass game coordinator?
He's not, not assistant to. It just says he's hired as, quote, an assistant coach overseeing the passing game.
God, there's so many there has to, I'm sure there is, but be a rule on how many coaches you can have on your team. Because it seems like there's 1,000 of them and everyone has a different title.
God, I'm so glad you brought that up, Des, because I Googled how many coaches are on an NFL team. And it says typically between 15 and 20 coaches are on a staff.
Okay, so you have wiggle room of 5. So that's why we have assistant to the head coach, assistant, offensive pass.
Yeah. Well, not wiggle room. You can have over 20. I don't think there's a rule. There's a league minimum, bringing the total higher than the minimum requirements. But I don't know if that's requirement as in league required or you need at least a head coach, a offensive, defensive, and special teams coordinator. And then you need a coach for each of the positions.
Oh, God, this is boring me. It's just too many coaches. It's too many coaches. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. Also, are you happy that Adam Gase is back? I don't know.
I don't, whatever. He's, we never said he's with the Chargers. So why that's interesting to me is the Chargers now have Mike McDaniel, ex-Dolphins coach, and Adam Gase, ex-Dolphins coach. But I think Adam Gase has history with the Broncos, if I'm not mistaken.
That's cool for Adam.
Yeah. He was the Denver Broncos wide receivers coach from 2009 2010. Then he was a quarterbacks coach from 2011 2012. Then he was the offensive coordinator in 2013 and 14. So
this was all when I was a youngin'. I was
just a wee
barely
baby.
out of the womb in 2014, 2015.
That's not true.
I was
Denise
barely out of Greeley, Colorado.
That's true.
Yes, that was before I graduated.
Yeah,
college.
that's true.
So I didn't really start paying attention to football.
But don't say crazy things like barely out of the womb.
Barely out of the womb. College kids are barely out of the womb. They're so young. So on that note, Broncos, Adam Gase, I guess, right? Do you have anything else for Dolphins?
No.
Okay. Broncos, really the only two things that I wanted to talk about was the Pro Bowl, right? We had the Pro Bowl this week.
Very exciting.
It was not actually that exciting. They didn't show the games. They showed the flag football game, but they didn't show the skill challenges, and that's what I like to see.
I just realized that, yeah.
They only, where it's the quarterback who's going to hit as many targets as they can, and the catching and the running. They didn't show any of that.
Did they have them?
They said they did. I couldn't find it anywhere.
That's so weird.
Rude. So we watched a stupid flag football game. But what was fun about this, and I said this last week, and I say it again, but you could see the players just having fun. They're just having a good old time, right? And it's also funny because none of them knew the rules of flag football. And they were breaking rules left, right, and center. But lo and behold, our very own Garrett Bowles scored not one, but 2 touchdowns, and I'm pretty sure 3.
2?
Yes. Unreal stuff. He was catching passes left, right, and center. And the first one he scored, it was taken away, and then they just went back to him. But that's what I'm...
Wait, but Garrett Bowles was catching passes?
Catching passes. So ding, 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 Broncos. I think we found our Joker.
Whoa.
We've been trying to find our Joker, as they say, Sean Payton's Joker. Garrett Bowles.
Well,
get him catching passes.
You know who I have someone who'd like to have a word with Garrett Bowles?
Who?
Frank Crumb.
Why?
Because Garrett Bowles caught all these meaningless, dumb Pro Bowl.
Oh, because of the final
Frank Crumb
catch.
actually caught a GD official playoff
catch. Yes,
Touchdown
that is
catch.
true. That is
So
true.
Frank Crumb would like a word.
Okay, well, either keep them both. This is great. They could both be our Jokers.
No, you can't have 2 Jokers.
Well, technically in a deck there are 2 Jokers. Checkmate.
Ooh, silence.
Checkmate.
Mic drop. Shut up, Drew.
So, anyways, keep an eye on Garrett Bowles. I'm pretty sure he's going from linebacker to tight end this offseason. You've heard it here first, and you won't hear it again. You won't hear it anywhere else because that's not going to happen. Then we had the NFL honors. Damn, I didn't look this up. I was like, I got to get into this. They had the NFL honors, which is the Oscars for the NFL. And there was an NFL choir, which consists of players from the NFL. It's a men's choir of everyone that has played in the NFL. I don't know how many members. It was like 15.
You have to be an ex-player?
An ex-player to be part of the NFL choir. Never knew this existed. And they were like, yeah, this guy played on this team. And I was like, there's this many football players that can absolutely nail a note?
So when Kobe Turner retires, he's going to be like the lead head
going to the NFL choir. But my question is, what do these guys do other than sing in the NFL honors? I guess you could book them, but like, yeah, I got tickets to go see the NFL choir.
I'm sure it's just like a thing. Like when you retire from a job or when you graduate from a school, like you want to have camaraderie. It's like a club thing.
Yeah.
It's just like the choir. And then like they just like have a little group chat.
Fun.
And then once it gets close, like playoffs are out there, like we got to start rehearsing for the NFL honors. And they rehearse. They talk about what songs they want to sing. And then they end and they have a little banquet at the end. And they go their separate ways for a little bit. And then they come back. I don't think they're doing anything. 50 people?
No, it said like 10 to 15.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, so we had a few Broncos people up for voting and winning. We had Nick Bainito, Vance Joseph, Garrett Bowles, Quinn Miners, all up. And Broncos were wiped. None of them won. So what is craziest is Protector of the Year is the first time they were doing this award. It was for the best linebacker. Who's protecting the quarterback the best,
not
right?
linebacker.
Oh, I apologize. The offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Who's protecting the quarterback the best, right? This was the award. So out of the 5-6 nominees, 2 of them were Broncos players.
Two?
Garrett Bowles, Quinn Miners. They both lost out to a Bears player. And I don't even know his name. Joe something. Which
disrespect.
I know, but the disrespect on the Broncos, because isn't the whole point of Protector of the Year protecting your quarterback? And who was the least sacked quarterback in the league?
That's a good point.
Both freaking Knicks. So yeah, I'm pissed off about this, but someone made a good point, and it was like last year Caleb Williams was the most sacked in the league, and then he became one of the least sacked in the league, and it was all because of this guy. I'm not even going to look up his name. I'm sorry. I know you guys are screaming. It's like, it's Joe. It's fine. Drew can look up it right now. But another thing about the NFL honors, this is where we found out who the MVP was, right? Did you find the name?
I'm on it. Don't stop talking.
Protector of the Year.
I know. Joe Thurney.
Joe Thurney. There
Thurney.
it is. So it was Joe. Hell yeah. Dez. Ball. She knows ball.
You point at yourself, but out of the corner of my eye, I thought you're like, hell yeah, Des, then just flipped off the camera.
Okay, cool. So the MVP vote, right? And Drew was very adamant about Matthew Stafford winning MVP.
I don't know if I'd say very adamant.
He was.
I thought he was going to. Yeah.
And guess what? He did. But by one vote. Who's the other player that was up for MVP? Drake Maye, which we will definitely get into during our Super Bowl segment. Now, one vote away. Where did this one vote go? So it was Drake Maye, Matthew Stafford were most of the votes. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen was like 7 of the votes. Yeah. And then there's one singular vote on the outskirts, and that was to Justin Herbert. Okay? One vote for Justin Herbert. Mind you, the people that vote for this are kept anonymous because they range from media to journal. They're all over the place, and they keep the anonymity. How do you say it?
Anonymity?
Wow, that is a hard word to say.
You can do it.
Thank you.
I won't. Do it again?
No, I don't want to do it again. Anonymity.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't make you do it
it's fine.
again.
I knew it was gonna fail because you don't want to be like with. It's like politics. You can sway them. You can be like, "Hey, I'm going to take you out to dinner. Come on, vote on my guy Josh Allen." Right. So that's why you got to keep it unknown. So there's one guy that voted for Justin Herbert. So all the Drake Maye people are furious because they're like, "Why would you do this, Justin Herbert?" Blah blah blah. We find out who did it. His name was Sam Monson. Okay?
Sam.
He was the one Justin Herbert vote, and he actually tweeted out why he did this, which is brave of Sam, right? He goes, the guy had the worst offensive line in the NFL all season, and despite that, he was working miracles in almost every single game. I agree with Sam. The idea that one vote altered a guy's legacy is stupid. More people than not thought each candidate did not deserve to win MVP this year, according to the vote. So he makes a good point. Yeah. It was split half and half that Stafford or Maye should be MVP. So I'm curious what you thought about Sam's take on Justin Herbert.
I mean, one, I think I get why he would vote for him. My question is, why are so many people like, sure, I get what you're saying, Sam, but just vote. Like, to me, it's not even a question. It was Matthew Stafford. Like,
well, was it? I think it is a question because it was half and half.
I know, but to my eyes, my very well-trained, fine-tuned, knowledgeable football eyes, is Matthew Stafford. And so why are so many people voting for Drake Maye? Which, again, I understand, and Des was even bringing this up. She's like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Now, the NFL honors MVP doesn't really take into account postseason. That is regular season, just of the season, who is the MVP?
I agree, but think if we were watching the Super Bowl and Drake Maye had just won NFL MVP, and we just see that our season's MVP was putting up a game like that, even after how the Hall of Fame voting went and Bill Belichick didn't get in, everyone would now be clamoring. They're already clamoring about the Hall of Fame voting and how we need to look into that and how it's operated. Now they would be looking into NFL MVP and be like, you're saying the MVP of the league this year just had 6 fumbles or turnovers. It just was an atrocious game by Drake Maye.
Yeah.
And it has been all postseason.
Yeah, I think some of that, and I agree. So what I'm saying is, even though they're looking at just the regular season, I still think it's not even a question Matthew Stafford. So I don't understand why there were so many people voting for Drake Maye.
I don't either.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. So that's like, thank God he wasn't, because I'd be pissed off. Like, wait another year. Like, Drake Maye, you can get it another year. Like, this was Matthew Stafford's year. He was phenomenal. Yeah. Drake Maye, I get it. You were great in the regular season, but the fact that there are 2 differences in who you are as a quarterback from regular season to postseason, I feel like that automatically, like, I get that the MVP vote is only for the regular season, but the fact that we're looking at this postseason and it's been one of the worst postseason appearances for him, like, it just makes no sense to me that you could ignore that if you're voting.
Well, I needed to see what the rules are, but you might have to ignore it.
That's stupid.
Okay.
Because I don't tell me to have to ignore anything, because then I'll look at it more.
But I also think that this brings up a good point that people were saying all year, and I usually get upset by this argument because you can only play who you're supposed to play, but everyone was saying the Patriots had an easy-ass schedule this season. And hearing that, because that's the narrative for the Dolphins all the time, is, when they play bad teams, they win, and when they play good teams, they lose. And so I'm, like, sensitive to that narrative for some reason, but you can only play
trauma.
Yeah, thanks. You can only play who you can play, who you're supposed to play, but the Patriots didn't play good teams a lot of the time. And so you're going to have a good quarterback showing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not taking anything away from Drake Maye. I know people are going to be like, Drake Maye is phenomenal. I think he's good.
No,
I think he's a
great.
great young quarterback.
I don't think he's MVP.
No,
but
I don't
think
either.
he's a great quarterback.
Yes, agreed.
Absolutely. I think out of all the teams that have something to prove next year, it's going to be the Patriots. They're at the top of the list. I know.
Something to prove?
Dolphin Drew.
What do you mean something to prove?
Because all this year, the narrative was your season, your schedule sucks. Of course you're winning all this game. They are now first place in the AFC. Now they have to actually play good teams. So are they going to prove this narrative? He's rolling his eyes like 7,000 times. But that's a good point, Drew.
It's a fine point. I can't, the Patriots something to prove. Like, the Patriots are underdogs.
I'm not saying that in like, can they do it? It's like,
know.
no. Everyone said that they got to this point. If the Patriots do what they did this year with a harder schedule, that argument is taken away. And finally, the Patriots have some this generation of Patriots have a ground to stand on.
I don't care about any generation of Patriots fans.
Yeah. We're going to move on. So speaking of division rivals, the Raiders have a new coach.
They do.
Mr. Klint Kubiak, which is so funny to me because that is the son of Broncos' very own Gary Kubiak.
Yeah.
Klint Kubiak was with the Seahawks.
He was.
So he literally won the Super Bowl, hopped on a plane 24 hours later. He's like, you know what? I want to go to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, he was like, winning feels cool. I don't want to feel this feeling for a while.
Literally, if I was Gary, dude, I'd be like, Klint, my son, don't do this.
Yeah, but you gotta go. He's got the confidence of the world, and he's like, I'm gonna go. Look at what my boy Mike McDonald just did. I'm gonna go do that in the AFC West with the Broncos and the Chargers and the Chiefs. So it's an interesting thought, but there's a little bit of drama, just like an itsy bitsy teensy weensy drama.
She loves tea. Spill it.
So
Drew.
apparently, I haven't found the exact quote, but apparently after the Seahawks beat the Rams, Klint Kubiak was being interviewed, and he basically said he's taking the Raiders job, which means that the Raiders offered the job to him, which you cannot do to a coach that is currently coaching a team. You can hold interviews, you can do all the things that we covered a couple episodes ago, but a team cannot officially offer a job to an active coach.
What did he say?
I couldn't find the exact quote, but in the Klint Kubiak thing that I saw, it just said that like there are small tampering allegations because in an interview, Kubiak alleged that he was accepting a position that technically can't be offered to him yet.
Are you surprised?
No.
It's the freaking
Cheating
Raiders.
Raider scum. That sounds a little aggressive. I like pulled back on the scum.
Whoa, he's still a Kubiak,
Yeah.
right? We got.
Well, no, not. I wasn't accusing him of being scum. I was accusing
like
the
Mark
Ra-
David. Yeah. Mark David. I mean, Tom Brady. That's what the Raiders.
Which I guess we're just gonna do this now. I was gonna wait for the league catch up, but like it's kind of Raiders adjacent.
Okay.
You just brought up Tom Brady. Did you hear what Maxx Crosby said to Tom Brady?
No.
During
What?
the Super Bowl, Maxx Crosby allegedly had a conversation with Tom Brady in which he said the words, "I'm done with the Raiders." And Tom Brady is a part owner of the Raiders, or GM, or he does something with the Raiders.
He's a part owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't blame him, dude.
No, I don't blame him either.
Really? Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm curious. Huh.
I know.
I don't know what to think about this because I'm like, yeah, Maxx Crosby, get out there, but you're about to draft, what's his face? Number one,
Mendoza.
But it's like we've seen this time and time again. Cam Ward went to the Titans, and it doesn't matter if you draft a number 1 overall pick quarterback.
You can't. Not, I don't want to say can't, but it's hard to turn a team around in one season.
Yeah,
with one player, with a quarterback.
Ooh, okay, Maxx Crosby.
So here's my question, because I brought this up the other time about, I think it was Myles Garrett. It was another player. It was a defensive player, and I was like, "Ooh, Dez on the Broncos," and you were like, we're fine on defense." You're telling me right now that if you were able to get Maxx Crosby, you wouldn't want Maxx Crosby?
No.
Okay, that's just crazy to me.
No, I for what though? What we would have to give up for Max? We already have we are good on Maxx Crosby's on our team.
Yeah.
We need to give up for offense. I don't want to give up more for defense. Our defense was top in the NFL.
I think he's a free agent. I don't think you need to give. I don't think you're trading. I think
he's a free agent this year.
I think.
Yeah, but then you're cutting a contract that we could use at wide receiver or tight end, or running back for that matter, depending on J.K. Dobbins.
These are good points.
Yes, ball, Drew.
I just
no, because also Matt, you have to understand. For instance, AJ Brown.
You'd have to trade for him.
Okay, AJ Brown from the Eagles. All the drama we've been talking about with the Eagles and AJ Brown pretending like there weren't meetings, but there were, and doesn't like Jalen Hurts, things like that. There's rumblings he might come to the Broncos, and I want him so far away from, because here's the thing. You can have the best player ever, but if they're poison to your team, watch it rot all around. And that is what would happen if A.J. Brown came onto this team. Maxx Crosby is not necessarily poison. I think A.J. Brown is. Maxx Crosby came over. It's just he's not a Bronco. To me.
Sure.
It just, he seemed more of a Steeler, or I'm trying to think of other teams I could see him on. Even Ravens before the Broncos, somewhat. I just don't see him on the Broncos.
The Bears.
Bears? Sure. Yeah. I think we're Gucci on defense. We can always level. I thought we were good on defense last year, and we brought on heavy hitters.
That's true.
Mind you, I'm not a head coach in the NFL, Drew. I'm not a general manager in the NFL. So there's a lot of things I probably don't know.
Here's the last thing I want to talk about this real quick.
Okay.
I don't know how to bring this up, because I was trying to bring it up a couple weeks ago. There's no official stat that says this, but I've heard this a couple times on various podcasts. Having highly successful defenses typically don't repeat every year. And so what the Broncos did was super rare and cool, that you had a very successful defense then be a successful defense year after year. I've seen that offensive lines, typically it's hard to recreate that magic year after year, and defenses it's hard to recreate that magic year after year. Oh, cool.
So the two things that we had this year.
Yeah, my only point is I hope that the Broncos continue to grow. I've seen that defenses are hard to repeat success.
Sure, to a certain extent, but the fact that we're keeping Vance, I know because I'm in these rooms. When they were talking about Vance, don't leave us. Don't go to the GD Raiders. Don't go to the GD Cardinals. We're bringing Davis Webb up. Who knows? Sean might relinquish play calling. Vance, stay with us. The Super Bowl is ours next year. If you leave, you're not going to get a Super Bowl for years. I see this conversation being had in that Broncos room.
Yeah, and like I said, we brought this up last week. The fact that the Broncos are... the Patriots, I think, have kept everybody. But, the fact that the Broncos are a very successful team that kept all of their core coaching staff, that's massive. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. So that's why I think our defense could be recreated. I really do. So, on that note, we have to give a shout out.
Did that hurt?
No.
That was, aggressive.
Shout out to our sponsor,
Whoa!
Editing Solutions. All right? So instead of relying on one editor who can miss deadlines or deliver inconsistent quality, Editing Solutions gives you a full team. Focus on fast, high-quality content. They also handle live stream moderation, clipping, full content management, and more.
Guys, Editing Solutions, it's not just one weird dude in his mom's basement. It's a bunch of very high professionals.
Well, hang on now. Are you saying editors are weird dudes?
No,
I'm an editor.
I know, and you're not.
Am I a weird dude in my mom's basement?
And also, there could be very successful editors who are weird in mom's basement. I don't know.
But at least Editing Solutions is not
It's not
that.
unless they do good content. Whatever. I'm shooting from the hip. It doesn't matter. They also help with content creation ideas. They can give you like consulting on like how to move forward with your social media business. They'll work with any budget. Just they want to work with you and give you high quality content and editing. So if you book a meeting using the link in our description on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get this beautiful podcast, you will get one short edited for free.
What?
0 strings attached.
What?
No silly string, no string cheese,
Ooh.
no string theory,
No.
none of it. Unless you want those things, you can have those things separately while they edit your clip.
That's
In
gorgeous.
whatever room
Wherever
of the
they
house.
edit.
If they live with their family and they're good people, do whatever they want.
Do whatever you want.
Shooting from the hip. So thank you very much to Editing Solutions for sponsoring today's podcast.
League catch up, baby.
What happened this week? Was there a league thing that
There's
happened this week?
a singular league catch up, and that is the GDSB. Okay, the Super Bowl.
Goddamn Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl is what we're talking about, guys.
And thank God we had such a phenomenal season. So many phenomenal games, last second games, offensive phenomenal things, defensive like amazing things.
We said it. It was just the most amazing NFL season.
Thank God it culminated in one of the most boring Super Bowls in the history of the world.
But I do want to point out, it was so boring. It was so boring. But you
wanna point that out?
must remember that this was a defensive battle.
I
It was
know.
not an offensive showing, even though I love Sam Darnold. We'll talk about him in a sec. And the Seahawks, don't get me wrong, I'm not poo-pooing their offense at all. They both got to the Super Bowl for a reason, but this was a defense versus defense battle, so of course it's going to be low scoring. Of course it's going to be boring. The first touchdown wasn't scored until the fourth quarter. Now, of course, we're going to say Seahawks absolutely beat down. I mean, listen, the kicker kicked 17 points and the Patriots only scored 13. Like,
Dez, I think even before halftime, Dez was like, Jason Meyer, MVP.
yes, how, and I couldn't vote for him, but I think he should have been the MVP, but well, it's so be it. But the first touchdown out into the fourth, it was just kick. That's what you get when you have these high defensive showings. And I think if for those that like, I'm not saying that watch football, but I feel like if you were a defensive minded person and not watching for entertainment aspect, if you're just looking at schemes, defensive play calling, you would have been stoked on this. You would have seen how well both sides of the defense were showing up.
I agree.
It was boring.
Yeah.
It was boring.
I did see a meme, and it was like the Scooby-Doo meme where like it's one thing and then they take the mask off and it's something else. And it was the Super Bowl 60 logo, and then they took the mask off and it was a Thursday night football game. And I was like, that's funny.
Yes.
But it's just like, I agree. And I'm someone who loves football, and I actually am someone that's like, oh, who cares? Like, it's football. But like, it was, I think, because the Super Bowl is, the Super Bowl is like when you're a fan of a band, right? Mm-hmm. And then that band gets like really big and other people are like listening to that band. Mm-hmm. I am talking about one of the biggest sports in the world being football. But as you and I, who are big football fans, the Super Bowl is when like casual or people who don't even care about football watch the game.
Yeah.
And so part of me always wants a good game, because then I'll like show people who aren't football fans are like, this is what you're so excited about?
Yeah.
Like, they're not doing anything. So I think that was kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
So.
But it was a snooze fest. I was just giving another side of this. But do we want to talk about Seahawks or Patriots first?
I mean, the first thing that pops out to me that I want to talk about would be Patriots, just because, and you were listening to a podcast this morning that was talking about it, but rookie left tackle Will Campbell, who...
Oh, this poor guy.
I agree. This poor guy. He's a rookie, first of all.
He was drafted first overall. So typically in the draft first night, you see there's 32 first round picks, right? Because there's 32 teams. So it's very highlighted on these first round picks. So Will Campbell was a Patriots first round pick this year. So we were able to be introduced. So he has a lot of buzz around him and a lot of media around him because people know who he is.
Yeah. And so he had a awful game. And I don't say that like judgingly. Like, he Pro Football Focus showed he allowed 14 pressures, which is the worst pressure rate allowed by any player this season, regular or postseason.
I heard it's like worse in Super Bowl history.
It probably is.
Oof,
I mean,
God.
if it's the worst in one season, and there's only been 60 Super Bowls, like that makes sense. So it's just it was a very bad showing by a young rookie who rookies don't make it. Like, yes, there's always going to be a rookie on an NFL team that's in the Super Bowl. That just is how math works. But it's hard to have that. It's the biggest stage of his life. And so anyway, after the game, and you probably know a little bit more about this, but he was kind of on top of his gameplay. He was also criticized for how he handled the media after the game.
Yes. Basically, as a player, it is in your contract that you have to do interviews after, because basically what the media does is they are the face of the fans. Like, they ask the questions the fans want to ask the players. So it's important that the that the players actually show up when media journalists have these questions. Who was that player that famously was like, I'm just here so I don't get fined? Yes, Marshawn Lynch. So you have to show up or you don't get fined. So basically Will Campbell definitely was fined because he did not show up to answer questions. And there's like a big argument, and it's like, what is the best scenario in that moment? Because like all he's going to do is show up and they're going to be like, why didn't you play harder? And he's like, I tried.
How does it feel like to have the worst performance in Super Bowl
Bad.
history? Yeah. Like,
what are you supposed to say to these things? And so of course then it brought more attention on him not being there than it probably would have if he just was like, I messed up. I'm putting my head down and I'm going after it again. So I don't know. I don't say football fans don't have a heart, but I feel like this has happened. Like the kicker that missed the field goals this year. Like there's certain times when one singular player has an awful game and you can see it sort of change. I'm not saying if he didn't have an awful game, the Patriots would have won, but you could see. Yeah. I mean, Drake Maye was sacked 6 times.
6 times.
So it just, my heart breaks for him.
And see, my heart breaks for him too, which goes all the way back to, say it with me, Des. Empathy. Well done.
Empathy.
And I do feel like, as you and I think you and I are very similar sports fans, but like this is the one part of this business world that makes me upset, is I think there's a lot of lacking empathy in this world and in this game. There's just a lot of people sitting on their couches saying, oh, I can do that. You have to do that. You suck. That's your job. You get paid a lot of money. You're not allowed to have feelings. You're not allowed to be like hurt. You're not like, there's just so much judgment because we put so much of our own personal happiness and feelings into these teams. Yeah. And it's like, great, this kid's literally a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably, how old is he? Like 21, 22?
If that. Yeah.
If that. Like, and so on top of all that, like,
barely out of the womb.
Barely out of the womb.
As Des would say.
And Des has said it.
Yes.
But like, yes. I think of the things that hurt my feelings and made me super emotional when I was 21, 22 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were all justified.
Like, they were all justified.
What did you say? I was
going to say crying over spilt wine.
Oh, but yeah. Well, you'd still cry over spilt wine.
You still do. So, poor guy. But as far as, I mean, do you have anything else about him?
No.
I think he's going to come back with a vengeance.
I would love. I hate the Patriots,
I know. But we're rooting for Will Campbell to have an absolute baller next season.
You know what? Yes. If Will Campbell has a baller next season,
doesn't mean the Patriots will be good.
And he's blocking everyone, and the entire rest of the offensive line sucks. But Will Campbell's like, I did my part.
I did my part.
Fine.
Good. So we got to talk about Drake Maye. And what the hell showing was that? I already said, like, hey, if this guy was voted MVP and then gave that showing, which I guess MVP doesn't matter in the postseason, which it should, but he was sacked 6 times. He just was, I mean, he had, I think it was in 11 minutes in the fourth quarter, Drake Maye had an interception and then a sack fumble, right? Drake Maye had more turnovers in 11 minutes than the Seahawks did all postseason.
Wow.
Let that sink in. Mind you, Seahawks didn't have any turnovers in the postseason, which phenomenal job, Seahawks. But Drake Maye, I mean, he had the most fumbles in the history of the playoffs. In the history of the playoffs, Drake Maye did. What I thought was really interesting is Drake Maye, he was the youngest starting quarterback in the NFL behind one person. Do you know who that person was?
Danny boy.
Yeah, Dan Marino.
Make me a slammy boy.
Wow.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. So,
But
Dolphins connection.
yes, and I did see that Drake Maye does not want to repeat that because I'm pretty sure that Dan Marino was the youngest quarterback to appear in the Super Bowl, and then guess what happened after that? He never made another Super Bowl.
It's funny you bring this up, Drew, because yes, that is an actual statistic, not just with Danny Boy, with all second-year quarterbacks, okay? So if a second-year quarterback, because I was very curious about this, if a second-year quarterback makes it to the Super Bowl and loses, mind you, there's been many quarterbacks that have made it to the Super Bowl and won. Let's see, I have...
Many second-year quarterbacks?
Yes. Oh no, did I close it?
Oh no. So I'll fill.
That's okay.
So,
I think I closed it. But basically, there have been, like, I think Mahomes was a second-year quarterback that has made it to the Super Bowl and won.
Sure.
So this is saying if you make it to the Super Bowl and you lose and you're a second-year quarterback, they never make it back to the Super Bowl, okay? So I saw a stat that someone said, just how tough is it for a quarterback to go back to the Super Bowl after losing his first one? The last 19 quarterbacks before Jalen Hurts, so mind you, last year Jalen Hurts, who lost their first Super Bowl, have not made it back. Okay? Jesus. So 19 quarterbacks before Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was the first one to make it back to the Super Bowl and win, or make it back to the Super Bowl after going his second year, since Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly was the Bills quarterback who made it to not one, not two, not three, but 4 Super Bowls in a row, lost every single one. The last quarterback to lose their first Super Bowl as a second-year QB and then win one was John Elway.
Wow.
So it's been since 87, 97 was when we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's been... nearly 30 years, a second-year quarterback has rarely made it back to the Super Bowl. So I'm sort of like, good.
I was just thinking that for the Broncos.
You take that. Yeah. Let's have Bo Nix be a third-year quarterback, and then we'll go to the Super Bowl. So it's just something to have those antennas on, because it's fascinating to me that all these second-year quarterbacks, it is so rare to not only make it back to the Super Bowl, but to win one. Jalen Hurts just did it, but before that, it had been 20 years.
I'm just thinking in my head, like, of all the phenomenal quarterbacks that have never made a Super Bowl. Josh Allen's never been there.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's never been there.
I know.
Joe Burrow made it there that one time, and then he's decided he doesn't even want to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's getting there. Like, he's not, I wouldn't put him like elite quarterback yet. Tua's never made it to a Super Bowl.
I know.
So it's just crazy. You know what I mean?
So
if no one can tell, that last one was a joke.
I wasn't listening to you. I was gathering my notes.
Cool.
So, and last thing I have about the Patriots, and we can move on to the Seahawks, but one fun little thing I saw that they put up during the broadcast was Drake Maye has been at the Super Bowl in Levi's Stadium before.
Do tell.
It was when the Panthers and Broncos played in Super Bowl 50, and Drake Maye was rooting for the Panthers. So he has not had his heart broken only once in Levi Stadium in the Super Bowl. He has had his heart broken twice in Levi Stadium with his team losing in the Super Bowl.
Is he from the Carolinas?
I don't know. I don't know. He was a Panthers fan that they showed him wearing a jersey, a Panthers jersey in Super Bowl 50. Yep, at the game in Levi Stadium.
How did you get to go to the game?
I don't, Drew, you're asking so many questions. How would I know this?
Little Nepo baby. Oh my God.
Is he?
I don't know. That's hard to get tickets to.
It's not impossible. These tickets are around $5,000 to $10,000. That's not impossible. It's expensive. You would have to.
I want a rags to riches story. I want a little baby Drake Maye kid watching on a little black and white TV in a little trailer. Yep. And then he comes. You went to the Super Bowl 10 years ago. It was so hard. God, I hate the Patriots.
And I wonder why. So let's talk about a team you don't hate as much, which I think is so cute of us. We're both sort of wearing green. Yours is like a teal.
Seattle Seahawks.
Pretty good. Pretty good. They won. to absolutely no one's surprise.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think anyone. Now,
besides some Patriots fans really had hope, and I'm like, guys, like, even if the Broncos made it, I would still be like, dude, the Seahawks are going to win.
And I mean, I was even hearing like some people saying like, man, this game just made me realize that if the Broncos made it, they would have had a chance and they could have won. Like, I still think it would have looked pretty similar.
I think it would have been closer.
Sure.
I don't know. Well, I mean, if Bo Nix didn't go out, you know what I mean? If Bo Nix was playing, if Jared Stan was playing, yeah,
it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
But if history was different, Bo Nix didn't break his ankle, I'm almost positive they're beating the Patriots. And then on top of that,
we lost by 3 points to
on
them.
Top of that, like this is gonna maybe ruffle some feathers.
Oh boy.
But I don't think Bo Nix had that much better, if not had a worse season than Drake Maye. So if that's what we saw by now, possibly people are saying an injured Drake Maye, a not 100% Drake Maye, I don't think we would see anything different that we saw from Drake Maye than Bo Nix.
Well, it's all speculation. My speculation is that we would have gone to the Super Bowl and won. And you can't tell me I'm wrong because we don't know. We don't know. So you know what? I will say, if Bo Nix stayed in, he was better than Drake Maye, would have been better than Drake Maye in the Super Bowl.
You actually think that? Or are you just doing that?
I'm doing it a little bit.
I know, but I want to hold you.
I'm a little hurt.
I'm not trying to say anything mean.
That was incredibly
mean. No one was clamoring for... I love the Broncos.
Careful.
No one was clamoring for Bo Nix to be MVP this year.
No, because the Broncos are so overlooked. Like, it's a common theme that the media, the national media, and the idea around the Broncos is that we're always overlooked for these things.
I agree, but...
That's why they're not clamoring for Bo Nix. And his stats were one of the top in the league this year.
You start talking about the Seahawks, I'm going to compare Drake Maye and Bo Nix's
stats. I really don't want to do this,
Okay, that's fine.
Because I'm not saying Bo Nix... Bo Nix and Drake Maye, that was the pinnacle that we wanted to see.
Yeah.
Same with Bo Nix facing, I think Caleb Williams would have been so fun to see because everyone was like, this draft class, who's the best quarterback out of this draft? Wait, was Caleb Williams?
Yeah, it was him, Jaden Daniels.
Thank you. That same draft class. Which quarterback out of this draft class is the best? And we haven't seen them face up against each other. We saw Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix we were going to this year.
And
Jaden Daniels got injured.
Yeah.
So we haven't been able to see any of them go up against each other. And then you can always bring back, Drake Maye's stats were better because they were playing dog shit teams. Is it wrong?
No.
Like, yes, and no one was clamoring for Bo Nix to be MVP. And, I mean, they were clamoring one vote for Justin Herbert. But the thing is like, Bo Nix outlasted Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He outplayed Josh Allen, and Josh Allen got 7 votes.
I agree.
So, I mean, you can look it up if you really want to go down this rabbit hole.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, and I'm already, like, you know what's going through my brain right now? I don't know if I'm built for, like, I'm right, you're wrong sports, like, radio sports stuff, because I just hate conflict. And so, like, I'm like, ooh, I got a spicy take. I'll bring it up with Des. And then Des gets actually upset. Not actually, but, like, responds in the way that she should. And then I'm like, I don't like this anymore.
So
soft.
He just goes, you're right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And the thing is not, that's what's so interesting about art and sports. Is there is no right answer because you can't say, like, for instance, you could say Drake Maye had, let's say, a better pass completion. I'm not looking at any of these things than Bo Nix. Amazing. But if they went up against each other, who would have been better? We don't know until they play each other.
I agree.
Yeah, you're folding. That's all right. So let's get into the Seahawks.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay, Drewski. So Seahawks, very good. One thing about Mike Macdonald, he was the head coach of the Seahawks.
Still is.
And is. You're so right. Why I love, first of all, after they won, you saw Mike Macdonald looking around the stadium. He wanted everyone to pause coming up to him, and he just looked up and took it all in.
That was super cool. That was super cool to see that.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Few cool things about this guy, Mike Macdonald, okay? He is the youngest head coach to win the Super Bowl. ever. Check. He is the first head coach to win the Super Bowl calling the defensive plays.
Check.
Pretty cool.
Sick.
So he's a defensive head coach. He's the first defensive head coach to win Super Bowl since Belichick.
And we just hired Jeff Hafley, defensive coach, and many people are like, I don't know, defensive coaches aren't that good. Head coaches.
So there we go. Proven wrong. See, Drew? Wow. And then he is the first coach, if we're not looking at Belichick, because obviously he won a lot with the Patriots, won Super Bowls a lot with Patriots. If we're not anyone besides Belichick, he's the first head coach since Pete Carroll in 2014. So the Seahawks and their defensive head coaches win them Super Bowls.
Wait, first coach to what?
To win the Super Bowl. So Belichick was in 2018.
Defensive coach.
Yes, defensive-minded head coach.
I got confused.
Nope, we're just defensive head coach. Yeah. So Pete Carroll was the last one.
Got it.
One 11
Seattle
years ago.
Seahawks.
I know, Seattle
The only
Seahawks.
2 Super Bowls that the Seahawks have ever won.
Yeah.
Have both been
defensive-minded, which what is better? We'll never know. It's a little bit of both. It depends what pieces you're dealt. You know what I mean? But I think what we already mentioned about Drake Maye having more turnovers in 11 minutes than the Seahawks did all postseason. So they became the Seahawks, the first Super Bowl champion to go an entire postseason without committing a single turnover.
Love that.
One single turnover. During the regular season, where do you think the Seahawks finished? Like, as far as 1 through 32, as far as least turnovers, right? In the regular season.
Smack dab in the middle.
16. Second to last. They're behind only, ironically, the Vikings, Sam Darnold's old team.
Whoa.
They had 28 turnovers. The Vikings had 30. Huh. So way to hold on to it, Sam Darnold. Yeah. Way to hold on to it, which is the perfect transition that we need to keep hyping up Sam Darnold.
Dez is a big Sam Darnold Stan over here.
I love a good story. Mind you, he was in the 2018 draft class, okay? Who else was in the 2018 draft class? We got Baker Mayfield. Number 1 overall. Sam Darnold, number 3. Not too shabby. Josh Allen, 7th overall.
Whoa.
And Lamar Jackson, 32nd overall, all right? We have 4 quarterbacks, all incredible, won an MVP, and Sam Darnold is the first to win a Super Bowl out of that draft class.
That is crazy.
So he was drafted to the Jets, and we all know that if you go to the Jets, that's where your career goes to die, right? He was there for 3 years. There was an iconic game that everyone talks about that he went up against the Patriots, and they were absolutely shut out. I think the final score was like 33-0. And at one point, Sam Darnold was mic'd up, and he said, "I keep seeing ghosts." And he meant by that, he was like, how are they coming at me? I can't get anything going. Their defense is absolutely killing me. Things like that. Well, Sam Darnold, you're not seeing ghosts anymore, because guess what? That moment that you thought, man, I can't get anything going, you just defeated that same team that you saw all these ghosts about. You just defeated the Patriots that you thought, how am I going to bounce back from that? Well, you did, and it's with the Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks. And I think that's so freaking cool.
Dez is fired up, man.
I love Sam Darnold's story. And then what else did he do? But the next day, go to Disneyland and sit in the teacups with MVP Kenneth Walker III.
Yep, and they were just teacupping it around. Side note, hot take, how do you do teacups, man?
I know.
Now, as we all know, put me in a car that goes too fast and I'll throw up.
Yeah,
that being said,
blow chunks.
A ride, whatever is it called? A ride that spins not once, not in one way, but in 2 ways. So let me break down teacups real quick. So you got a teacup, you got you're in the teacup. Teacup spins. That's not enough. Then the thing the teacup is on, bigger plate, also going in circles. So now you have one thing going in slow circles, and then teacups could go in like crazy circles, or really mess up your equilibrium and go the other way. And then like that, I mean, who's having fun doing that?
Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker III.
That's a good point, man, I guess.
They're having a great time.
Like that.
They're having a great
time. I'm not built like that at all.
No, and that's why you don't play football. That's okay, though.
Congrats, though.
Congrats.
I mean, here's the big thing. I didn't have a lot of stuff on this game because it was a snooze fest, and I was like, whatever. But Dez is like in love with Sam Darnold, which I think is beautiful.
I don't think I was, because I wasn't until this comeback story, because I think it's fascinating that he had this epic record with the Vikings last year, and the Vikings decided to let him go. Mind you, before the Vikings, he was the backup for Brock Purdy at the Niners, went to the Super Bowl. So this is not the first time Sam Darnold's been to the Super Bowl, but he was just the backup. The year before he was the backup to Brock Purdy, he was at the Panthers and lost out the starting gig to none other than his other 2018 draft class, Baker Mayfield. The Jets let him go because they thought it was a Sam Darnold issue. And I mean, it's a whole story with the Jets. It's just you wanted rags to riches. I feel like Sam Darnold, not necessarily rags to riches, but it's somewhat a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Agreed.
What an epic story that we never thought Sam Darnold would come back and look where he is now, won a Super Bowl.
And do you know what made me think about this when I was listening to this, I think yesterday on a podcast about this exact same thing? I was like, what would happen if in like 2 or 3 years, Tua wins a Super Bowl with like the Rams or something? And would I be excited about that or not? I think I would.
You would?
Yeah. I'd be rooting for him. I mean, at that point, the Dolphins aren't in it anymore. The only reason I wouldn't be rooting for it, and this wouldn't happen if it was the Rams, but if it was like another AFC team, and then it was like they like beat the Dolphins in the playoffs. Now, as a story, amazing story. Tua gets to beat the team that shit on him. Cool story. I would hate it. But if that didn't happen, I would totally root for Tua.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I don't want him on my team anymore, but I'm sad that that's how I feel.
Drew, I promise there's another side of this grief, all right? There's the 7 stages of grief we discuss. And wonders of the world, both 7. Very last thing about the Seahawks, then we'll get into the halftime show. Seahawks are going up for sale.
Whoa.
Did you know that?
I did. I remember now. I forgot I knew about it.
So a little backstory behind this. The past Seahawks owner, he passed.
Sorry. Hold on. And we're sad about that.
Yes, we are. But
Thoughts
he passed.
I know. Pretty cool. Thoughts and prayers to the family.
Okay, but he passed a second ago, so it's not like news. But
which is still sad.
It is still sad. Yes. So Paul Allen, I said condolences when he did pass.
You did?
In my head. I didn't have a podcast then. All right. So. Okay. So what is fascinating in my head? Okay, we gotta get through this. I'm so sorry. Paul Allen passed, and so his sister has been running this behind the scenes. Now, Paul Allen, when he passed, in his will, he wanted the team to be sold and some of the sales going to philanthropic things. What are the groups? He wanted to just have money go to good things. That's what they say, okay? We're not going to get through this. So.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to help, but it's okay. More fun to watch.
That's what they say. It's just a car driving. I'm just sinking like the Titanic. So this never happens typically. When a team goes up for sale, I would be shocked to find, I bet you this is the first in history that a team wins a Super Bowl and then they are sold. Yeah. Because you don't want to sell a team that's all the way at the top. But they have to because it was in his wishes, right? His sister wants to move forward with this. Now, technically, she can hang on to it. Yeah. Like, we never know. She can do whatever she wants. But in his will, his wishes were to sell it after this year, okay? So the fact that now a Super Bowl team is up for sale, that increases the price tag giantly. I think the Broncos, we were sold in 2022 and it was around like 4.5 billion.
And wasn't that like the largest for any sports team, right?
Any sports team. Yeah. All right. So I saw that, let's see. They are valuing the Seahawks at a 6.59 billion value.
That's crazy.
That is going to be, which the Washington Commanders were just sold, and that beat the Broncos. Yeah. So now the Seahawks are going for more, which the Commanders sold for, I think it was $6 billion.
But that's also, and I'm not poo-pooing on the Seahawks and what their value is, but also people have just said like sports teams are just, as the time increases, as time goes on, good God, that's what happens. The values just go higher and higher and higher. So that, on top of the fact that they just won the Super Bowl, that's crazy. What are you laughing at?
Paul Allen, he passed in 2018. So I'm pretty sure 10 years ago I said thoughts and prayers. I thought it was like within the past 2 years.
Sure.
Or a year.
You look, we're not, I don't even want to keep going down this road, but you genuinely think that you took even a moment.
That's sad.
It's sad?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Paul. I don't like when people pass. Do you?
No.
So
But I'm saying you think it went across your timeline that you saw that happened.
Sure. 2018.
You know what? Somewhere. And I bet you did. But for the sake of it, let's just have a moment for Paul. And make sure you look really enthusiastic while you do it.
I'm having a moment.
Okay. We're thoughts and prayers, Paul, and to your family.
Okay, cool. So what do you want from me? I can't do this right for you.
I'm laughing at just the situation we currently find ourselves in.
I could then start sitting and thinking and being like, man, is Paul's family okay? I can go down a deep rabbit hole.
I don't think I'm not.
We have now held 2 silences for Paul. Do you want a third?
No.
I'm fed up.
I don't know what you want from me that you think I want from you.
I want to move on from Paul Allen dying, so we can talk about.
I agree. So Bad Bunny performed at the halftime show.
Let's please move on to Bad Bunny.
And it was totally accepted by everybody. Everyone, the whole world loved it. The whole nation was all in agreement that it was a great thing that happened.
Not one single controversy.
So that was cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But as a performance in its own, holy smokes! I was up. I was dancing. I was not understanding one single word. Nope. And I thought the whole time it said, I am downloading Duolingo tomorrow. Tomorrow.
You know that scene in, going back to Rose Byrne, Bridesmaids, where Kristen Wiig is like trying to one-up her? I'm doing this also. I'm talking about this. And she's just like, in la escuela con azules zapatos. Like that was Des.
Sweet. There's a guy on Instagram and he's I forgot what his username is, but it's like
Chad Bunny. Or no, it's not his username, but
someone joked. But he's like the gringo something. Like his name is like gringo something. And he translated some of Bad Bunny's songs, and I was fascinated. And this sounds like so stupid. Like all I want is to be able to speak multiple languages. Yeah. That's all I want. But I can't, because I don't feel like the American school system really cares about us speaking multiple languages.
No.
Like we do. We're in those classes. Yeah. But all over the world, you're learning multiple languages. Except here.
I kind of can like stumble through Spanish.
You're very good. I'm always impressed.
I'm okay. But I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. Mm-hmm. All of my Spanish that I speak and can understand comes from being in restaurants for 15 years. Yeah. None of it came from what I learned from in high school.
But you use it still.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
Oh,
I loved it all. I didn't understand it. Anyways, Gringo Bad Bunny. I don't know what his actual name is, but little did I know, one of my favorite songs, Titi Me Pregunto. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so aware how bad this is. But you know what? I'm willing to learn. So like, help me. But it's about how many, his auntie is like, why do you have so many girlfriends? And he's like,
doesn't matter. I'm taking them all to the VIP.
The VIP. Hey, we're just going to take a selfie and say cheese. Say cheese. Hey.
What's the whitest thing that's ever happened here?
I want to learn Spanish. Because I just love it.
Let's do it together.
Duolingo.
Yeah.
Duolingo.
I bet there's a family plan, a Duolingo family plan. Let's put it on Sportzball. Let's write it off as a business expense.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, we're still paying for it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So some of the little things in the halftime show that I thought were so fun. One little Easter egg. All the celebrities dancing at Bad Bunny's house party.
I know. And we all clocked it, but then I was like, there's no way that was actually Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, Emily.
It was.
Yes, Emily, she saw Jessica Alba first. And she's like, is that Jessica Alba? And we're like, that's crazy. Then you just start seeing the celebrities were Jessica Alba, Pedro Pascal, Alex Earl.
Cardi B was there.
Cardi B, Karol G. The most random. I'm so curious how they picked all these celebrities.
Yeah.
But my God, I could watch Pedro Pascal do the salsa all day.
Mean, it's an attractive man.
He is a very attractive man. And then we had Ricky Martin show up, singing on top of the... I don't actually remember where he was, but he was singing on a platform somewhere. So was Lady Gaga doing some salsa dancing. And then she danced with Bad Bunny, which, my God.
That was sexy.
I was so jealous.
And Lady Gaga sang right after, 2 real people got a real wedding.
Okay. So they were doing part of this show at a wedding, right? And so, of course, there had to be a bride and a groom. And then you see them kiss. And we're all there. We're like, this kiss seems real. This doesn't seem like dancers. This is something. Come to find out, this couple, they asked Bad Bunny to come to their wedding. Bad Bunny turns around and says,
Hold my beer.
Yeah, you want to come to the Super Bowl when I perform and get married at the Super Bowl? What a freaking flex, dude.
And ballsy move by my boy, the groom over there.
Dude, if I was getting married and Bad Bunny was right there, I'd be like, right, I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. Not Bad Bunny. I'm in love with you.
I would say I understand. Because if you don't take him, I will. Like,
no, I know.
My God.
You want over 2 eyes.
Porque no los dos.
Porque no los dos.
Bad Bunny. Ven conmigo aquí.
I loved it. Another part of the performance I loved is that there were like the 2 parents sitting on the couch and the little kid, and they were watching the TV, and it was the acceptance speech of Bad Bunny winning his Grammy less than 2 weeks prior to the Super Bowl. And then Bad Bunny I'm getting goosebumps, comes out with his Grammy and gives it to this kid.
And it was his Grammy.
Yes.
It wasn't a prop.
And he literally, it was Bad Bunny coming out and giving this Grammy to his younger self. And then at some point in the show, he said, I need you all to keep believing in yourself. Because look from where I got from to here. And it was such a fun show.
It was fun. It was love. It was joy. Like, it was just happiness.
Yeah, I didn't understand a single word, and I was smiling ear to ear, and I was like, damn, first of all, I want to be able to move my hips like those backup dancers.
Oof.
Goo Goo Gaga, right?
Goo Goo Baba. Which is funnier than Goo Goo Gaga. Speaking of backup dancers, I can't even believe you haven't brought this part up yet.
That was my last one.
All right, go get it.
My favorite part of it was the grass people. So you come to find out that there were 380 people casted as grass, right? You're like, why wouldn't they just use props and just have grass out there? Because of NFL rules, you can only have so many carts to move props and set out. And so it was like 25 carts, and they couldn't do that. But Bad Bunny was like, I really need this grass out there to replicate where I grew up in. And so one of the directors was like, why don't we have grass people out there? So there's 380 grass people, okay? This grass costume weighed 40 pounds. 40 pounds. And, how did you get cast for this? Let me tell you, this was the casting.
Okay.
You needed to have an athletic build between 5'7" to 6 foot.
It's so funny you say that, because I was like, what if Des was a grass person? I was like, I bet she's not tall enough. Like, I literally thought
Drew,
that.
you and I both aren't.
I'm not. My goal isn't to be a grass people.
Oh, really?
Nothing against the grass people.
Such a flex. Be like, I was one of the grass people at the Super Bowl.
I did. As actors, I was like, how do you put that on your resume?
The coolest thing ever. That's the top of my resume. Because everyone would be like, that is the coolest. Because, like, you could say, I was a dancer at Bad Bunny's. But I don't know. I think it's a cool flex.
For me, we haven't seen a backup prop dance thing like this since Katy Perry's Shark. The shark people.
The left shark.
Left shark, that's what it was.
The left shark, and it completely did the wrong choreo.
This is the biggest Super Bowl halftime choreography prop thing since Left Shark, which was the biggest thing since Justin Timberlake exposed the world to Janet Jackson's Ta-ta. Anyway, sorry.
I was just going to let you
I
finish.
know.
I was like, what is he going to say?
All right, so
pretty cool. Grass people. And then to wrap up Bad Bunny's performance, if you only were caring about football, nothing else about a performance at all, if you wanted to know, he traveled 124.4 yards, according to Next Gen Stats, during his halftime performance. And guess what? Patriots rushed for a total of 79 yards. So Bad Bunny rushed more than the Patriots' entire team. And with that, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Good job, Bad Bunny. That's
was
all I
awesome.
got.
That was great.
That's
that was
all
great.
I got.
Last little thing I want to talk to before we get into the official results of our primetime picks this season is they officially released the Super Bowl 61 logo.
Interesting.
And do you know the Super Bowl logo conspiracy?
I do, but explain it for the uninitiated.
Everyone thinks, people who think that the Super Bowl and the NFL is scripted, everyone thinks that because they always release, clearly, the Super Bowl logo way before the season even starts for that year. So everyone thinks that if you look at the logos and the colors, almost always, the two teams that are in the Super Bowl, their colors, their team colors are in the logo. I think that's a bunch of horse hockey.
I mean, typically each of these logos have every single color in it, but
That's true.
I digress.
But have you seen 61's logo? Have you, Des?
I have. Tell me more, Drew.
People think, a lot of people think in the we might have a Bears Dolphins Super Bowl.
That's what you went with?
Yeah.
You ding dong. It's orange and blue. Oh, wait a minute. We can't play.
You ding dong. That can't happen.
Ding dong. Well, we'll play in the championship.
We also talked about that. We're excited enough as it is that the Broncos and Dolphins are playing each other this year in a normal regular season game. If it was a playoff game, I don't know what we would do. Des straight up was like, I won't like you.
I won't. I literally will. Actually, that will be our first official fight. Like, we've had tense moments as friends, but I mean, whatever. But we would actually fight and like need a day apart.
You think so?
It really depends on your actions.
Okay.
Bears, Dolphins, that's the number one out of all orange teams and out of all blue teal teams.
I saw that and immediately looked at the comments and was like, how many people are going to be commenting the Broncos or the Dolphins? No one. People were like Jags.
Okay.
People thought Eagles again.
No.
Those were mainly the only colors.
Okay.
They're very teal and orange. It looks like Dolphins colors.
I know, but then you have orange like Bengals, Broncos, Bears. Trying to think of any other orange teams. Browns, technically, orange. Yeah, I think this is good for Broncos country.
It is.
So now we either have the Broncos or the Dolphins in the Super Bowl logo.
That'd be awesome. Sportsball.
You okay? Are you going to puke?
Burp was almost coming out.
Okay.
Sounded like I was getting emotional.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I am a ding-dong because they can't play each other, but I think it's going to be a big year for Sportsball in 2026. And guess what? We have 213 days of no football after today.
Aw. That's okay.
Technically after yesterday.
Yeah.
So with that, the season is done. But with that, the season comes to a conclusion of our primetime picks.
Good, close to game.
Yes, exactly my thoughts. If you guys follow us on Instagram, this is where we post typically most of our primetime picks and things like that. And we had 8 picks. We were betting most of the game. And we had 8 bets that we were trying to get Drew to have any chance of catching up with me. And alas.
And I did not. It was starting off Charlie Puth over under on 120 minutes. And let me tell you, when that first note started and my boy hummed for like 4 seconds before he actually started singing a word, I was like, because I picked the over, and I only picked the over because Des was allowed to pick her picks first because she was in the lead. So I was like, I got this on lock. And then Charlie Puth got a fire under his ass and just cranked through. It was official like 157.
Yeah, right around there.
And I needed him to sing over 2 minutes. So anyway, and then I won 2 right off the bat after that because I won the coin toss and who got the ball first, which was cool.
It wasn't looking good for me.
And then it just kind of went from there. As far as what team scored first penalty, Des got all of that. I did get to officially get the last one, which was
the Gatorade color. Pretty impressive. Yellow.
Gatorade color.
Yeah, yellow, which is pretty impressive. So now that Drew has lost, the official punishment has been chosen.
It has been chosen. We had people voting until last night or Sunday night.
End of Super Bowl.
It was a close voting. Second place, props. We'll shout you out some way, but whoever commented this, Des has it, was to, and the wording of it was phenomenal, but basically I had to drink a frosty cold 22-ounce pint of New England clam chowder.
This is second place. This is second place.
Drink it.
Loser has to record the next podcast episode with a frosty, cold 20-ounce pint of New England clam chowder next to them and must drink every time someone mentions Drake Maye or Sam Darnold. And you know I would be going off on Sam Darnold, just loving his experience. Glass must be finished by the end of the episode.
So who has that? What's the name?
AJG_358.
Phenomenal comment.
Yes.
However, the winner, and it is when we joked about it,
which by Lil Big Kid Jess chose this one.
Lil Big Kid Jess, shout out to you. Des was like, what are you doing? I accidentally called Des at the beginning of this. The reason I called you is I'm trying to copy your phone number because I am officially putting you as my emergency contact because currently right now I've just hit the submit button because wow, that was easy. I'm in. I've registered. I am running the Taco Bell 50K, technically is what it's called. Not marathon, it's a Taco Bell 50K. And wow, how many miles is that? It's 30.9 miles. Which, if anyone knows, a marathon... 26.2. So I'm running an extra 4, almost 5 miles.
While eating food.
Yeah, so here are the official rules. You must be present at all 10 Taco Bell stops along the courses, eating a menu item from at least 9 of the 10 Taco Bell stops. By the 4th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least 1 Burrito Supreme or Nacho Bel Grande. You have to finish under 11 hours. Oh, sorry. By the 8th stop, no, I screwed this up. By the 4th stop, all entrants must have consumed 1 Chalupa Supreme or Crunchwrap Supreme.
Oh my God.
And then by the 8th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least 1 Burrito Supreme or Nachos Bel Grande. Finish under 11 hours. Drinks do not count as food. And some other small rules.
I'm so concerned for you. Like, for your well-being.
Just so you know, this has... where is it? The International Taco Bell 50K posts a higher DNF / do not finish rate than the famed Leadville 100. The Leadville 100 is one of the most famous ultra marathons in the world. It's held in Leadville, Colorado, and it's 100 miles long. More people finish that than this fucking thing. So I'm training for it. I have been running a little bit lately, and I did run a marathon last year. That being said, yesterday marks my official start. I am officially training for this monstrosity.
And this is February 10th. When is the marathon?
The marathon is October 3rd.
In Denver, Colorado.
So, also, that's a Saturday. I'm going to follow along on my personal TikTok. We'll link it. I'm going to be trying to post, like, content about, like, hey, train for the Taco Bell 50K with me. And then if I post somewhat fire stuff, maybe Des will let me post it on Sportsball. And if I post really cool stuff, maybe she'll feature it on Broncos for Dummies.
Well, hey, now, we'll see.
That being said, what was I going to say?
Training.
October 3rd. I'm going to be campaigning for this all training block anyway. Roger Goodell, if you think anything makes any sense and you want good stuff to happen, you will absolutely 100% schedule the Dolphins-Broncos game for October 4th, Sunday, October 4th, because it would be right after this.
You're so right, but there's a part of me like thinking about 11 hours of eating Taco Bell and running, and then you having to watch a game, then you're going to be wrecked.
I don't care.
I do as your business partner. I don't want that.
Okay. Well, if you really... Now, see, beggars can't be choosers. What I think would be perfect is it's the Monday night game. So October 5th.
Yeah, October 5th we want our Monday night.
You want Broncos-Dolphins Monday night game. It'll do numbers on Monday Night Football.
Numbers.
Obviously. Because everyone's going to be tuning in. The rematch of the 70-20 game.
Yeah,
Roger,
exactly.
Call us up, man. You got to do this.
Do it.
And then you'll be like... new up-and-coming podcasters. He's running the Taco Bell 50K. Oh, I didn't even tell you these things. I've officially registered. My bib number is 88 because my favorite number is 8. And guess what I registered for the name to be on my bib? Sportsball. I'm going to be running with my official bib saying Sportsball. I'm in. I've registered. This is happening.
Wow.
So, follow along. I'm going to start training running, and then at some point I'm going to have to train my tummy.
This is unreal, because what we said when we first brought up the Taco Bell marathon, it was a few episodes ago, but the guy who won it would train every day after work. He would go chug a beer and then go run, and that's how we trained.
So this is kind of a joke, kind of not. I've already reached out to our friend Matt, who's like a professional running coach and runs like sub 3-hour marathons, which is like elite level running. I've asked him. He hasn't replied yet. He's bad at texting. I still love you, Matt. I'm bad at texting too. If he also can't help me or whatever, if there are any running coaches or like athletic people out there that want to like coach me and sponsor me, but like help with coaching, I need all the help I can get.
Or if you're good at eating Taco Bell, reach out to Drew.
I got that one on lock.
Okay.
I got that one on lock.
Yeah.
Too much lately.
Okay. All right.
So, anyway, that's
official.
happening. It's official.
All right. Well, and with that, I have one final announcement.
Guys,
okay?
Des wouldn't let me look at the bottom.
No.
So, I have no idea what's going on. I'm going blind.
It's a very important announcement, okay?
Can I scroll down yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hang on. With the end of the NFL season comes the end of another season. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, Drew.
Yeah?
I want you to scroll down and read the word I just highlighted.
Apricot.
One more time.
Apricot.
Apricot. And with that, my 20-week mission is completed. Okay? 20 weeks ago, this was the end of September, so 5 months ago, our friend Connor McKinley gave me a mission. And the mission was this: sneak the word of a chosen produce item into each episode. And for 20 weeks, I have done just that. We only skipped 1 week, all right? So there's 19 words, and it was the week after the Broncos lost in the championship, and I was grieving and beside myself, so we skipped that one. So I have, for 19 episodes, I have snuck a word.
Me,
now, Drew,
or you've said it? You got me to say it?
You said a few of them. So, Drew, I want you to click the link on this document.
My.
This is video proof of every single word I was given every single week since September.
You edited this together?
And this is your reaction to it live. Let's watch it.
I'm watching it?
Watch it right now. It's a 4-minute video.
So
you know what? After this week, I can sit back. I can drink my little coconut celebratory cocktail and say, you know what? We're riding time for like 6 more days.
Okay.
And then we see
you gotta
the
play the Eagles. She's just sitting here looking completely normal. And
I'm sitting cool as a cucumber.
even keeled, yeah.
Yeah. Him and Izzy smoke Nicks.
What a great name.
Coolest name ever. They announced they're having a baby, so it's probably, I don't know, the size of a little legume, I'd say. It's probably not. It's probably the size of a volleyball or a tennis ball. Babies, who knows? I did say
legume, volleyball, tennis ball.
all around
One
the
of
same
those.
size.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought of like something you could call the Dolphins. Do you remember that commercial? It's the Orbit commercial. It was like, you lit liquor. Mm-hmm. One insult you could call them is a kumquat. Do you know why? No. It's a term of a person who constantly disappoints others through their failures. The Dolphins are your kumquat.
It's such a weird word. Such an insane word.
I came across it. I think that's what the Dolphins are for you. Identical to Shrek. And I like that he had to ask the Instagram fam if he looks like Shrek. What is Shrek? Isn't he a zucchini guy? Like, what does he eat? What's his, like, go-to in the movie? Oh, onions. Onions. He eats onions. Lad McConkey, his helmet is so big. It looks like a giant, like, cantaloupe on top. Bandy has the sort of same thing. It's just a giant helmet. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's bleeding. He's bleeding from his lips. Like, his lips were, like, outlined. They looked like portobello, like, lips. Like, you know, mushroom lips. Like, really big lips. And all lipstick all around. I got back from this trip, and I was like, all I want is, like, iceberg lettuce, maybe a papaya for some stomach health.
We went to the MX Lounge, and they have a spread of, like, a bunch of stuff. Des and I both just got giant plates of salad.
Giant plates of salad. Just picture Jameis Winston. I feel like he would love to wear a turtleneck around, like, a fireplace. Or he's, like, a guy that, like, discovers what a pomegranate is and then loves to eat the seeds and drink the juice. And he's like, I'm a big pomegranate guy. Like, just a little bit of a quirky man.
Those are good images.
You know what I mean?
Created.
That is Jameis Winston. Do Dolphins fans have any type of, like, celebration, like, after you guys win games? Like, no, not the fins up. Like, is there like a, like, do you all gather around and, like, eat a whole thing of, like, nectarine? Is it nectarines? No, tangerines in Florida. Is it tangerines? Is there like something celebratory that you guys do?
I mean, the Dolphins I've talked about this, but every year that the
Have you watched VeggieTales ever?
Jew.
VeggieTales. It's a Christian cartoon, and there's an asparagus head in that cartoon that looks like stupid Aaron Rodgers. Continue. I feel like we just gotta rip off the Band-Aid for you. Because I'm over here, I'm vibing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm chiving.
I know.
I'm with this 12-2 record, baby.
Trevor Lawrence, you've seen Shrek 2, right? He reminds me exactly of Prince Charming. Or Easter Island. Or closer to like a pineapple.
Okay,
Put all those things together, and I think that's what Trevor Lawrence looks like.
AFC West is ours. No one else can take it. Life's good. Life's peachy keen over here.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. I'll go to Mexico with you, Drew.
Yay!
Might drink a pina colada, street taco, chips and salsa, taco with lettuce, pico, some carnitas.
Hard taco, soft taco.
We're gonna order some wings.
We are?
I would love to.
Oh, I just found out right now.
Some wings, celery, carrots, ranch, blue cheese. Because we gotta eat the buffalo wings because we're playing Buffalo.
Oh.
But like, I feel like this is sort of like your gourd to Cinderella story. Not even a pumpkin to Cinderella, like a gourd to Cinderella. Because it's not looking good over there with the Dolphins. Like, you're not...
It's the closest I got to like
you're a
being
gourd.
onto
Warts
something.
And all. And I'm saying this with love.
It's not gonna happen, but what if it did?
What? You can never say never.
What if it did though?
I think that's a rad idea.
I think so too.
It's more, well, it's like rad-ish. It's a radish
It's
idea.
a radish idea.
Yeah.
A couple things happened during that. One,
Okay.
I was like filled with a lot of like pride because like this is an act of service. Like that was very nice. Like you, no, you edited that and you got to see me. Like, yes, are we posting that?
It's all gonna be edited in, don't worry. Yeah.
No,
We're
I know.
posting
but,
it, yes.
So like, yes, you edited that for work, but also like you did that for me, kind of, and that was cute. So that was fun. Other than that, I have another idea and thought, but I'm not going to share it. So
What? You don't have any reaction to 5 months of hard work?
no, I think that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. That's my reaction.
Why won't you share it?
Because I don't want to. All right, I'll share it. I'm gonna figure out something, and I'm gonna find a way to enter some kind of something into every Sportzball episode next year, which is gonna be at least 40.
You do realize we're now not going to trust each other because of what Connor has done. We're going to be like, oh, did you just say that because of a mission? It's going to be hard to replicate this. This might be a one and done thing.
I'm gonna figure something out. It might not be words, but I'm gonna do something.
And you know what's interesting? The only other time I think you were on to me was also the very first week. So you were on to me.
What was the first one?
My celebratory coconut cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
And you knew immediately I would never drink a coconut cocktail because they're too sweet.
Yeah.
You knew it immediately. So
that is funny. What was it? What was the one where you even edited, like, looked at the camera and realized
the freaking nectarine.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had no
Yeah,
idea
yeah,
what to
yeah,
do
yeah.
with that. And you were looking at me being like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, that was a bad one. That was a really bad one.
And then the other one where I was like, gourd. Why'd you use gourd?
So there were a couple times that you really snuck into it.
I apologize. I didn't like truly. Well, this is a double compliment. Hats off to you, Connor. But also, this doesn't surprise me because, of course, you would do like your bit evil genius.
Yes.
Knows no bounds.
No bounds.
Well done, you evil, hysterical person, and you got the perfect sidekick.
Yes. We were a duo match made in
God.
hell. So there
Well
you
done.
go.
That was insane.
The football season is done. We knew we would end
and you
after.
got the last one. You got me to say apricot.
Yep. There you go. I wanted you to say it.
What made you say apricot for the last one? Like what made
Connor chose all of them.
Oh, he chose each word.
Each word. I couldn't just say a produce item and it counted. I had to figure out each word.
I didn't realize that specifically. That makes it even. I thought you were just choosing.
Nope. He had to tell me the word, and I had to figure it out.
Okay, then that continues to have a lot of praise for Connor, and your praise goes up 1,000%. I'm now getting what exactly happened.
Yeah, so each week he gave me a word, and I had to figure out how to incorporate it. And the kumquat one, I gotta be honest, that was the most proud I ever was, because I looked up what a kumquat was, and it worked out that you were just so sad about the Dolphins, and they continued to let you down, and that's what a kumquat was.
Wow.
I know.
So there were you had your own notes, and somewhere every week you had.
Do you see right here? So I always had it in my own notes when I was gonna incorporate it. So there you go, guys.
Do you know what's crazy is like I'm having this moment where I'm like, that's so amazing, and you guys did such a good job, but now I'm also like, I don't even know you anymore.
5 months, bro.
Like, I don't even who are you?
20 weeks. Exactly. You've been a part of this. You've been a part of all this. And so have you sports ballers. All of this. Some people knew too. So.
What do you mean some people?
I think I told Alex and Evan when I was home in Colorado. Emily and Connor obviously knew. I told everyone at the Super Bowl. I was like, guys, by the way, I'm telling Drew this week.
The party I was at?
The party you were at. Yep.
When?
I think you went to the bathroom or something. Yeah. So people knew this was coming up.
I feel so like.
Oh man, it feels good to be done with that. My God. So with that, the 2025-26 season is over for the entire NFL.
Now I'm really sad, but I'm not too sad because we're not going anywhere. We've said it before and we'll say it again. We're going to be around.
Yeah.
Until the draft. We will conclude right after the draft to go over all the picks, all the exciting things that are going to be happening with the Broncos and the Dolphins and all the other teams around the world. Where's Maxx Crosby going to be? Where's Tua going to be? Are we going to get Malik Willis? What dumb coaches are being coaches on other teams?
Yes. And we're also going to talk about fun football stuff. So stick around. Stick around,
find out, and we'll be saying it more and more every time.
Go Bronc Fins!